test on squad.
Yep, squad check.
Good.
Right, so it arrived today.
And are you set up with it?
I'm looking at it. I've got 2 green lights. What I can't remember is how to...
Need
Oh,
3.
I don't know, sorry. No, it's very intermittent on... I've got 2 green lights on the capture camera.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Getting a lock is incredibly intermittent. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to work in the room. I'm also seeing
Have you got any lights behind you?
Well, certainly not within shot of the cameras, I wouldn't have thought, because
Okay.
it's angled down.
So on, do you want to go to the other one, or I'll stick with this one? I mean, it might be useful to the viewers.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got your software, your TrackIR Windows software with all your profiles on it. Yeah, you got that open?
Yeah, well, at the moment it's sort of minimised because what I was finding was there was massive lag spike within the software. So it didn't seem to be very responsive to it. It seemed to lock up every 30 seconds or so, and then free. So I don't know how. I don't know if this is going to work. Full stop.
What version are you on?
Latest. Well, the one that was produced. That was the latest version of TrackIR is 2016. So.
Yeah, but what I mean, at the top of your window, at your top of your TrackIR software window, mine's TrackIR 5.4. That's the software, but what version of TrackIR have you got? Is it 4, 5, 5 dot what? I don't know yet.
At the moment, I can see out the corner of my eye. I'm looking at the green lights on the camera, on the TrackIR camera, and I am seeing mostly a steady green on the left, but I do see it flicker off a little bit. When I was testing it very briefly earlier on, if I sat really still, this was during the data course, if I sat really still, then it lost a lock. In fact, it's done it again. Yeah. So if I sit really still, it loses a lock on the reflectors. If I move again, it picks it up straight away.
Might be a setting, I can't remember. Have you got your TrackIR window open though?
Yeah.
Shows your 3 green dots on the background.
Yeah. And what will happen is that if I sit really still, they disappear.
Right, for a moment then, don't sit too still. Drag that window onto your main screen over the top of War Thunder. Because you need to be facing your camera directly so you can see it up. Right. Yeah. What I do is I put mine right in the middle of I put it so that the camera view is right beneath the camera that's on top of the monitor. So I've got my 2 crosshairs sitting, like the vertical crosshair is directly below the center of the camera itself, and then I look at the camera Basically, I just sit back and look at the camera, and then you adjust the camera so that the three dots are straddling the center of that window. So for me, I've got like one dot that's one of the grid squares above the center where the two main grid lines cross, and the other two are on the first grid line below the center grid line, either side of it.
Sorry, track IR is swallowing my push to talk. So what you're saying is have the three dots of the track IR tracker in this, sorry, the crosshair of the camera view in the center of the three green dots.
Yeah, that's right. In a sense, when you're sitting and looking, I normally look at round about the top 3/4 of the screen or slightly higher. It depends on how your screen is set. See, the bottom of my screen is about 6 inches off the surface of the desk. So it depends on your setup.
So my eye line is pretty much following like the video operatives thing of your eyes need to be on the level of about 3/4 of the height of the screen.
Yep, that sounds about good. So when you've got your head in that position, you then need to lean forward, unfortunately, and adjust the camera, or see where the dots fall, lean forward and adjust the camera to what you think, and it's just tiny nudges normally to get those dots straddling those crosshairs. If you'd like to see what Laxor is doing, go to Twitch.
I don't know if you want to have a quick look at my mixer. What I've got is it's picking up all three, but it's also seeing one IR. Yeah. Vex is just basically saying what I was just about to say, that it's picking up a reflection somewhere.
Glasses.
But I can't work out where it's picking it up from.
Your glasses could do it. But what will happen in that case?
I'm going to go open mic because Track IR is swallowing all my push to talk key presses, and obviously I'm working on Track IR, so everything's getting swallowed.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to find your. Are you still Laxor in Mixer?
Yeah, I can post. Hang on. I'll stick that across to you in Skype.
Yep.
Vex is talking about did I try tuning the light filter threshold?
Yeah, there's that. There's two things.
I haven't.
There.
I mean, this is the first time. This is the first time I've run this full stop. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't had a chance to do, purely because I don't have much capacity to sit and fiddle with configuration outside of actually streaming. So let's see if I can find that window. All right, here we go. So you're talking about, so it's going to be the camera light filter threshold. Okay. So I guess what we're trying to do then is drop the filter to the point where the erroneous signal disappears.
Yeah, the erroneous signals will be red. and the green signals are from your 3-point clip.
Yeah, wow. I don't know what it's picking up, but it is a really bright source from somewhere.
Well, you should be able to, if you sit there and move your hand around and see if you can block it out. As an example, I'm moving my hand and I'm blocking out 1 or 2 of the green dots from the clip. So if you move your hand and see when the erroneous ones go, you give you an idea where somewhere
I've got
behind
behind me though.
Say again?
The only thing I've got behind me is the green screen.
It's not your mic or something like that. If you move your hand, eventually you'll block that source. And once you've blocked it, then you can say, right, from the camera to my hand, beyond that point, there's something in line with that that's giving the false signal.
Unless it's my mic boom. No, it's not that, because I'm covering. In fact, I've got my hand over it and it's still picking it up. What on earth is it seeing?
I can't see that, of course. I'm not seeing your green dots. Put it onto camera.
I'm looking at the camera panel.
Yeah, no, not there. If you go to display, there's a display thing.
Right, okay, there we go.
That's better. I can see it now. That looks good to me, but down the bottom left, you've got a red dot.
Yeah, so I can't look. That's moving on my arm.
It's moving, yeah.
Oh, good grief.
Go on.
Okay. You can see the stream, I presume.
Yep.
So you can see what I'm showing at the moment.
I can. No, I can
it's
only see
reflective tape on the sleeve of my top.
Well, they're reflective.
It's the same reflective tape that's on the reflectors.
Yeah. So you need a bit of something, or fold the sleeve back or something. Oh, I'm looking at the bottom, yeah, where your hands are. Now I'm looking, but I didn't see the tape.
That's a clean signal now.
Sit very still for a while.
Yeah.
See if it locks.
Well, it was a loss of lock that was the issue. I mean, that does seem a lot more stable.
Oh, right. I thought you were saying earlier on that it was locking up. It was like stopping responding.
No, it was stopping responding, but maybe because it was flicking to the second source. The second source.
Yeah, and treating that as favoured. Right, now, get yourself in a comfortable...
moving the camera so it's there.
Yeah, that's what you've got to get, yeah. Big red heat signal from your hand.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't think it's a heat sort of signal though, is it? It's
infrared. Body is chucking out infrared, isn't it?
I thought that was just simply a reflection of the infrared light from the emitters on the camera, because there's 4 of them in there.
Yeah, but if it's picking up reflection of infrared light, then it will also pick up infrared light which isn't being reflected, i.e. from your body.
Mm-hmm.
What's happened there?
Yeah, now I'm sort of just testing with my hand.
Oh, right, that's good.
Sorry, Vex. Sorry, what was that? Was that comment in? What's confusing you, or what? In what way am I being dim? Right. So, I think that's probably about as good as it's going to get on a camera position, because I just haven't got the physical space to put it anywhere else.
Okay, so jump into a test flight or I would say a test flight or a password. Custom flight, custom battle.
I'm
protected
not
one. No, yeah, just so you don't get people coming in.
If it's a custom, then I don't mind. Well, if it's a custom, I ain't fussed about it being shot down or not doing very well.
I was just thinking about distraction.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
if you're happy with a custom, that's fine, and I'll certainly join you, of course.
Um, right, the other thing I was trying to remember is what I need to actually set for my head view now.
Set for your head view. I don't think you have to do anything
Yeah,
there.
what I'm doing up because I've currently got my thumb hat doing my
Yeah,
head movement.
I think
Do
when
I
you
need to
got track,
unmap that?
I think it no, I think it just detects track IR and that's it. I don't remember setting mine. So
Okay,
go
okay.
into a custom and see if it's looking around. See if you can look around your aircraft.
Yeah.
And if necessary, I can ping you my config to see how well that suits you.
Okay, I've sent you an invite.
Oh, I'm still in the test. Hold on.
Yeah, right, the reflector on my clothes. I didn't even realise that was reflective. I just thought it was like the shirt logo, or the shirt's company logo, as opposed to my logo.
Okay, I've got and taken your invite.
Problem with having a whole hat's worth of buttons is I can only ever reliably use 4 of them because the diagonals are too awkward to hit accurately.
But that's still four that you didn't have.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Create session. Why is it all reset? I just chuck it in a more speed mostly because it's just fun.
Um, we were in realistic, is that right?
Uh, you're not ready, so I can't change anything.
Me not ready. Oh,
Yeah, it
sorry.
says not all squad members
Yeah,
ready.
go on then, go on then. Just I thought I
No,
saw
you're
it
not ready.
as being
No, you're not
realistic.
ready.
I've
Yeah,
not
no,
got.
it's not flagging you as being ready.
I haven't got. Yeah, well, I'm green. And
Not for me. Not for me. You're not.
we'll have to go out and go in again. I don't know what's happened there.
No.
Oh, hang on a minute. Is it a set of
No.
Is it the
It's
battle
sim.
ratings?
No. No. It's sim. Difficulty simulator battle.
Okay, that's all right, but it's not pulling in. So have I got the wrong hangers? I'm at 1.7 to
No, you have.
3.3.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
But
that
when you say
knows.
it's not pulling you in, what do you mean?
Um,
You're in
well,
the lobby as far as I can see.
yeah, but I thought you was having trouble getting started because you thought I wasn't ready, but in fact I have ready.
Well, you were saying about realistic battles,
Yeah,
so
no,
I was going to
don't worry about
change
that.
it to sim
No,
battle. But what I'm saying is that when I look at my screen, the difficulty is set to simulator battles, not realistic.
yeah, that's fine. That's just something I just. There's a quick flick of my eyeballs caught the word realistic at the top of the screen, so I wasn't sure. But it is showing me as not ready. I agree, but we're going in.
Okay, yeah, it should be taken to now. Okay. All right. Yeah, it does
It
look
looks
like
as though
I've
it's
picked
looking
it up.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you are. You're right at the back behind me. Okay. Feeling comfortable?
Yeah, at the moment, I guess it depends on what goes on when we do stuff. I mean, I see that it's definite. The track IR does not recognise. War Thunder, sorry, does not recognise track IR anything past the 90-degree vertical, which is
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You'll
interesting.
look up, and all of a sudden you can't look any further. You can't follow the aircraft that you want to go for.
Well, what I'm finding is it's just a case of rotating your head round.
Yeah. What I was going to say is I found that when I can't look where I want to, I have to consciously think to just tilt my head to one side as I'm looking, and that can help.
Right, that's going to cause me a problem. So I've got a track IR, voice attack entry for centering the track IR.
Yeah.
It pulls focus from War Thunder to track IR and then doesn't relinquish focus, so I end up stuck on track IR. Does that happen to you? I presume not.
No, when I center, that might be something to do with. No, I don't know. But for now, just use your keyboard shortcut, because you don't normally have to track much when you're flying. Me, I've got it set as backslash, but I think it's normally set to one of the F numbers.
Ooh, zoom sensitivity is a bit vicious, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Moving
that it
forward.
doesn't have to be. That's to do with config. Mine isn't. If you used to see mine, you find it's not. Mine barely zooms at all. When I lean forward, I've got. In fact, I might even have it turned off.
Oh no, I want the zoom. No, I
Yeah,
want the
but you can
zoom.
adjust it.
What,
You can adjust it.
what the sensitivity of pitch
Yeah,
and roll?
yeah.
Right.
That's your curves. That's what I'm saying. If I
Yeah.
drop you my config, and you try using that config, you might find it's more comfortable. It's okay for me. It's less vicious.
Right.
You want me to get my config and drop it onto Skype?
We'll
I mean,
leave
not
it
for
as it
now.
is for the time being.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it'd be useful, yeah, but
I think it'd
for
be
the
worth
time
a
we'll see
try.
how it gets.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll.
I might want to start your engine first.
Yeah, as I said that, I realised.
I think I still need to give myself a bit of a softer centre point. At the moment I'm on the 1-to-1, so an out the box thing.
Yeah, I think it'll be well worth you trying my config because I've been through all that you're talking about, and that's where my adjustments have come from. Did you take off?
Yeah, I'm probably ahead of you.
Yeah, no, I made a turn, but I thought I was going to easily find you. Oh, I don't have to ask you if you've taken off. All I've got to do is look at my other monitor, isn't it?
Now I seem to have gotten my head stuck.
I wonder if have you accidentally caught your other buttons, your POV
Yes.
buttons?
Yeah. It's muscle memory.
You'll probably have to you'll have to those,
Yeah.
unlink them, unmap them. And believe it or not, the shape of the peak on your cap can affect how it
Right.
works, or the
What
way
about because
it
a flat?
fits. Yeah, I've got it on. There's an old camo type baseball cap that I'm wearing now, and it's got a very flat peak. The other one had a slightly rounded peak, and I'm not saying it's the round or the flat that's doing it, but it makes it sit differently. And this is possibly a bit more critical, and it makes it jiggle about a little bit sometimes. Have you tried voice attack yet?
I have. I was using it for sorting out the track. It does seem to be functional, and I keep forgetting now that I'm on push to talk. Yep, so that seems to be doing stuff at the moment.
Jolly good.
I still feel, even now, I've got like a thing in the back of my head encouraging me just to not move my head.
That'll go.
666.
Yeah, that's right. It'll obviously become more natural as you go along with it.
Yeah.
But it isn't perfect, and that's what I say to people. It's really good, and I definitely wouldn't want to be without it, but it's not a magic bullet.
Blimey, that was a bit close.
What's that?
So I was just experimenting with looking around whilst pulling a dive, like an inverted dive, inverted roll, inverted loop. And just as I got my head back to centre, there was a bot screaming past me in a head-on. And again, all that with no push to talk button pushed.
I'll say, just been talking to yourself for a little while, have you?
Yep.
That's where I find the blip is handy for me. It won't always, but sometimes it make me think, hang on, I didn't hear a blip, so I'm talking to no one.
Yeah.
I'm going to wander off for a minute and find a file for Laxor, the config file that he needs to try. But I will be back, and I won't be gone very long at all. I just got to look on my other monitor.
A downside from the stream point of view of me running TrackIR is that I have to move in closer to the camera now occasionally to look at stuff if I'm going to zoom in, which means my face gets bigger in the stream. So some people might object to that.
Well, I have mine set so that my mugshot is never there.
Yeah, yeah.
You would just see my belly. I have to duck really low for my face to get in the screen. And the reason I do it that way is because my throttle and stick are close together, and I want the camera to fill the screen with just those bits.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to see about getting that config file.
Okay.
I can't remember where it is, that's the trouble. And the other thing you want to do as well is you might have different configs. I've got a different config for DCS from what I've got for War Thunder. So you might find yourself needing different configs, and then you want to set the titles up so that when it's on DCS, it automatically switches to the right config, and likewise War Thunder.
Right. Okay.
So they all get, by default, they're set to default.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to give you my, I call it AAA WT current, War Thunder current profile. I'm going to see if I can find that. I can't remember where it's kept.
Okay.
I just read it up. On your software user thing, graphic user thing, do you are you seeing the profiles, titles and camera tabs? If not, you just need to drop the arrow on advanced settings.
Hang on a second, because now I'm really messing myself up. I'm moving my mouse, which is moving my head in game, which is fighting with TrackIR.
Yeah. I think I've got my mouse thing is set to none.
And of course, we're back into the Track IR window now, so. Hang on, sorry, 500 subs, yeah, right. Whose channel were you watching? That weren't me. Traitor. What? What the hell was that? I had Track IR window front foremost, and then it just put War Thunder to the front.
Maybe
What was
if
going on?
we've only got to click on it, haven't you? Accidentally.
No, I wasn't touching the mouse at the time.
Ah.
Right, okay, so we're looking at the display. We've got our 3 dots. So you were talking about... there was something you wanted me... you were talking about looking at.
Oh, hang on. I wasn't pressing my button. Advanced settings on the left. It's below Track Clip Pro and Track Clip buttons.
Oh, okay, yeah, so I'm in there already, yeah.
Right, so you're seeing 3 tabs, profiles, titles, camera.
Yeah.
Okay, now below that, if you scroll that window down, I have my window about 6 inches square to make it work. So if you scroll down on that, you'll start to see the profiles, the curves that Track IR is working.
All right, yeah, I can see that already. Yeah, okay, I can
okay.
see that already.
Right, so the first thing below, on the profiles tab, the very first thing just below that tab is your profile that you're working to, and yours is probably saying default.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to find the AAA War Thunder current and drop that onto you, and it has found it. It's an XML file. I believe this is the one we want. Done on February 20. Right, I'm going to drop that file onto Skype for you. Right, there it goes.
It's just done it again. It's just thrown me back into...
Yeah, these are quirks. These are things that are just happening in the background, obviously, that are doing that. Well, they'll be ironed out, I'm sure of that.
Well, considering the last time that the software was updated as 2016, I don't think that if there's any bugs in Track IR,
No, I don't mean...
it ain't going to be getting changed.
I don't mean that. I mean settings, key bindings, things like that, or whatever else is happening in the background.
Well, it sounds like something is being triggered.
Yeah. Right, now I'll tell you the folder that mine is in. It's in my app data roaming.
I found it. Hang on a minute. That's what is... not War Thunder. Voice Attack is doing it. It's picking up something and recognising its hash. And as soon as it recognises hash, it does something. So apparently, if you press and hold the hash key when you've got Track IR focused, it will flick you to the game window that it's picked up. So I need to disable.
Okay, well I've just dropped Track IR window on top of War Thunder. I've pushed hash and held it and nothing happened. Or did I miss something?
No, I don't know. So it's a voice attack thing. Voice attack is triggering it whenever it picks up the word hash.
Oh, voice attack. Sorry.
But I just disabled that command, so that should hash. Yes. Okay. So that's smooth that out.
Okay. Well, hash all right then.
Yeah.
Right, so
right.
the folder that your config file or my config file is in users, me, app data roaming, natural point, track IR5.
Hang on, I'm not remember that at the moment. Users profile. What was the next one? Sorry, app data.
Yeah, app data roaming, then natural point, and track IR5.
Yeah, okay, and then profile.
Drop it into there, into that track IR5 folder on there, then you should be able to select it as your profile.
Not within the profiles folder.
Hold on. Oh, beg your pardon. I missed that. Yeah, track IR5 profiles. Yeah, that's at the beginning, because the way it's showing the address is profiles open bracket C drive users blah blah blah. So it's that folder in there. So it's drop it into profiles. There should be nothing in it, or at the moment there'll just be default.
I've got default 1-to-1 smooth, and
yeah. So drop it into there, and then select it as a profile. On
I've got to restart. Got to restart voice tag for that.
track IR.
Track IR.
Shouldn't have to.
Unless I can load it, copy, delete.
Yeah, you should be able to. Once you've dropped that,
it's not.
You're dropping that file into that folder, yeah, into the profiles folder. Then where you've got profiles, profile colon, you should be able to select that particular profile.
Yeah, no, it's only bringing bringing up the original 3 that were there. Unless it might be a. Got to try and find the folder again now. So there's a profile map.dat. I wonder if it loads in from there.
I always have this trouble when I want to make a profile or load a profile or put a profile into the profiles folder or whatever. I always have this trouble. It doesn't seem intuitive to me.
Yeah, no, I probably won't worry about opening or loading the profile in just yet. I think I should be able to get away with using it as is for the time being.
Okay, we'll give it a try later, because
when there's more time. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly believe you'll find it easier, because the default is, to me, is it's a bit vicious. It's not, because I have the curve, so that moving my head slightly left to right looking forward makes not much difference, because you're naturally going to move your head slightly. So I have it so that it makes not much difference. It starts to make a difference as you move your head round.
Yeah, I mean the natural curve within that profile does have gentle curvature from the center point.
Yeah.
But maybe I just need to accentuate that. That's better.
It's the zoom that you want to change, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's no. It's the sensitivity whilst my z-axis is increased.
Yeah, that's right. So below that where you choose about an inch, 2 inches below that, where you tried to select what you wanted, like that profile, you've got
Have you got my stream?
Yeah.
Mixer open still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see we've got the your picture and roll, and then you've got your 6 degrees X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. Go
Z
to Z.
is going to be the zoom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. So if we zoom in on the curves.
Yeah, my zoom is quite totally different from that.
Right, yeah. So I guess, what is the green line?
I can't remember.
Hang on, I want to take off those.
The green one is the one you're going to be using. I think the other one is what the default might be. No, it's not even that. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. So what's the red? Oh, that's where I am. Is that where I am currently on the curve? Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah, the red line is where you are on that curve. But mine, what you're seeing there is a very vicious curve. It's not a curve, is it? It's a V. Mine's a gentle slope.
Yeah, so I mean, all I need to do is maybe
just flatten it off. Just drag those down and flatten them off. Mirror it for now. Right down. And drag the other dots down with it to about there, up a bit. Yeah, that'll do. Now drag the other one down, the one to the right. Drag that one down, yeah, and drag it to the left a little bit. So
hang on. No, there's stuff going on the other side of the curve that's messed up.
Oh, you didn't have it mirrored. You need the mirror clicked.
Can't. There's no undo either.
No, check. Oh, it should have been moving both then. But you want the curve that you've set up on the right, or without the bump, on the other side, basically.
That's it.
Just try that. You might find that's not got enough zoom now, but just give it a try. You just got to lift it up if you need to.
I presume changes as well made once you make them in the curves, they're an instant effect within the software.
Yeah. Yeah, you can actually have TrackIR window in front of you and move those curves, and you'll see your view move as you move the curves.
Right. Yeah. Come on. No, that's made almost no difference.
Zoom forward. Or lean forward, rather.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And has it not made it more gentle?
No, the motion of zooming forward wasn't the problem. It was the panning left and right whilst you're zoomed was the problem.
Oh, I missed that. Panning left and right. Well, once again, it's look at the yaw. Adjust the yaw.
No, but the yaw is fine when I'm not zoomed.
I can't get to that one then. Actually, I was looking at my yaw just now. Hold on.
Yeah, so my actual yaw whilst I'm zoomed out is quite comfortable, or as comfortable as it's going to be for a new thing. But when you zoom in, it's not scaling the movement down. So if I move my head 3 degrees when I'm zoomed out, it's fine. If I move my head in and move my head to the left the same amount, it's still doing 3 degrees, but it's a zoomed in 3 degrees, so it feels more like 30.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So I don't know if it has the capacity to smooth based at different Z axes, different Z values.
I don't know. No, I don't know. Because I just realised I actually had my zoom unchecked.
Right, okay. Is that because you use your button for it?
Hang on a minute. You're talking about... There's two things. There's zoom that works like a telescope, so you can see things that are a long way away closer, or there's zoom within cockpit, where you move forward in a cockpit, but you're not actually moving yourself in any closer to the things that are away in the distance. So that's two kinds of zoom, if you like.
Okay, it's having the same effect though. So if I put that over onto the window, just get that out of the way for a second. So if we're looking at in-game at the moment, at least we would be. Yes, we are. Okay. So let's just do that. So I can hit my zoom button, which does that.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always been using if I'm thinking, what's that dot in the distance? Have a closer look.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But I also use that button if I looked at this is all using my thumb, my button controls. So I've used my POV to move my face down, and now I want to say, what's my oil temperature? So that is the same zoom.
Okay.
Now, if I now put my head, if I now use my track IR to do that, I can zoom in, but the left and right movement is incredibly sensitive. And that's what I want to dampen down. Whilst I've moved my head closer to the track IR unit.
Yeah, but I would say don't
dampen.
When you zoom in the way you're zooming everything in, aren't you? You're zooming all the pixels in the background, and you're zooming also the cockpit. But I use my zoom button on my stick just to zoom in on the pixels in the distance. When I want to look at my gauges, I would use zoom that doesn't affect the distant aircraft. It just affects you like leaning forward in the cockpit, and that would be lean forward. You lean forward to look at the cockpit.
Hey, yeah, but no, that's what I just did.
Yeah, but you've still got something mapped, perhaps.
No.
You've got to unmap.
I might have something mapped, but I didn't use it because the head tracking isn't using the mappings; it's using the head track.
I think I'm confused, but I'm not dead sure.
Right, so I'm not touching the joystick at the moment. If I lean forward in my seat, like in my physical seat, closer to the screen, track IR zooms in. Well, the track IR changes my Z value within the cockpit so that I can move my face closer to the gauges.
Yeah.
Right. So if I now sit in my normal position and move my head left, although that accentuation of my movement within game is rough, it's workable like that. If I now lean forward and make the same head movement,
it's going to make you look round in the same.
Yeah. So what I want is for track IR. So my Z-axis value, for example, could be 0 now. When I lean forward, it might be 50. And when it's at 50, I would want a 50% decrease in the sensitivity of my head movement.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I don't know if you can do that. But the other thing to remember is you haven't got my profile at the moment. So with my profile, you might find that your yaw is far less sensitive anyway. How far do you have to move your head to see right behind you?
Okay, so if you're looking at my stream, that's behind me now. So, what, 45 degrees?
I have it
30 to 45 degrees.
I have it so that I have to move my head further round. I then switch my eyes back to the screen whilst my head is further round, so that I can see behind me.
Yeah.
And I lean to the right. If I'm looking round to the left, I lean physically to the right a little bit so that I don't have to move my head and eyes so much. And I think you've got probably accentuated yaw.
Yeah.
So we could look at the yaw. Hold on. Go to your yaw. Let me see that. Let me see that graph.
I don't like these curves.
No, that's all very. Oh, that's awful. My yaw. That I think that's what's giving you trouble. That's curving exactly the opposite way to mine is. Yours goes up and tails off to go flat. Mine goes flat and curls up and then levels off.
Right. Which is why you've got to make accentuated movement to see behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually better. You get more exercise for a start. But so you could drag them down. It's difficult to explain. Hang on. I'll take a screenshot.
I know you're talking about. You sort of want the inverse of that curve.
Yeah, the inverse and a gentle, and it doesn't go above about the first division of horizontal.
Yeah, I think I'd want it slightly more than that. So I don't mind sensitivity.
Yeah, but for the centre, you don't want it to move too much when you're in the centre, because you've only got a blink and your head moves slightly and everything is wrong.
Yeah, but I don't mind, and that's all right. And we got a bit of a snap to centre, but I don't mind that either.
What's it like when you zoom in?
You mean lean forward in my physical chair?
Yeah.
It's losing tracking on the. That's better. It's also working out how far I can sit forward. I mean that's okay, but.
And you see though,
as you say, I don't think that the Track IR has the capacity to do the curves the way that I want.
No, I know, but did that in any way improve? Because if it didn't, then we're on the wrong track. If it improved it a bit, then that curve becomes important.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have to sort of stick with it. I'll just keep tweaking it.
But the thing is,
I'll keep it as a backup profile, and then I'll sort of switch between yours and this one.
Yeah, if you can save your current profile as a name that you can recognise, and then just wherever it's saved, drop my profile into that folder. Because
I think that is the same place.
So if you save it with a different name, see if it turns up in that same folder.
When you mean save as, you mean create a new profile?
Yeah, you do. Hang on.
Because if you save, it just overwrites.
Yeah, it overwrites. I think you've got to hit the plus button.
Oh.
Is it? Apply a new template from the current curve.
No, that was a complete lie. It didn't do that.
Right.
So it's created me a brand new profile, but it hasn't carried over any of the settings from the previous.
Okay, but if it's carried on, even if has it got a new name?
Yeah.
Right, so find where that new name is and make sure that it's in the same folder as your default. Then.
Yeah, it has, and your file is in the same location, but it's not picking it up.
I would highly recommend that you probably have got to restart Track IR, but you've got to do that. You've got to come out of War Thunder, because Track IR has to be running before War Thunder starts. I'd recommend you do that, and just try my profile for 5 minutes, and see if that's any better. And if it's not, fine, start from scratch. But this could possibly save you a lot of work.
Let me do a quick.
Because my profiles have developed over a course of time, and of course they suit me. I'm not saying they will suit you, but there's a chance that they might be closer than what you've got at the moment, and then you can tweak them a bit more as you go along.
I'm surprised someone hasn't basically rewritten Track IR.
What to do the bits you're saying?
Yeah, and the age of the software, you'd have thought people have come along with additional requirements that it doesn't support.
Well, yeah, as you say, 2016 is a bit old, isn't it?
Right, let's see if that's picked it up. Okay, yeah, that has picked it up now.
It's picked it up, good.
That is feeling very soft, but I don't know if that's going to translate.
It will, yeah, try it. Actually jump in an aircraft and give that a try.
Center track. Center track. Yeah, of course, voice tag now fails.
Oh, we'll just hit your default button to center it. But you don't want to do it there. Center it when you're in your aircraft.
No, I just wanted to make sure it was working at all to begin with.
Oh, right.
Well, actually, it is recognising it, but it's just not doing it.
You clicked onto it.
Oh, no, it's because you've got a different... You've got a different mapping for center track.
Yeah.
In your
I don't even say center track. I just say center, making sure that the S and the T come out nicely.
Center track. Center track. No, I still didn't do it, so I might forget about it. Load up War Thunder.
For the sake of the person who's just joined my stream, I'm assisting Lexor at the moment. He's just got track IR, and we're working towards getting better working.
Sticking with it so far. I know it's not been War Thunder, it's been configuration bug fixing.
So, once again, for the sake of my stream, I'm just going to take off, just to give you something to look at. Okay, I've got a couple of people on my stream, so I'm just going to take off just so they've got something good, something to look at.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've got Vac and what was this? Invite you to play Operation Port. Okay. What? Right. Center track. What is going on now?
So what? It's just with your head forward. If you hit your center button, doesn't it center it?
Well, it's just the fact that my keyboard is quite an arm's reach away, and I daren't change the joystick profile.
Ah, right. I'm rolling.
Yeah.
This is just a fun custom battle. So because Lexar's got track IR, we're just trying to work it so that it works better for him. These things take a while.
I now have to restart voice attack because it's not recognising it as being open.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, see, that feels even more sensitive at the centre point.
Shouldn't.
Centre track. No, it's feeling crazy. Hey, Skeen,
well,
how you doing, man?
Something's not working right then, because I can move my head quite a way before it starts to take notice.
No, this is even more sensitive.
Is it showing the War Thunder profile?
I don't know at the moment because track IR window has just disappeared.
I just broke my gear off because I'm too busy talking.
How you doing, Skane? Hope you had a good stream there.
Evening, Skane.
We would have been able to join you, but as you can see, I've got 3 reflectors stuck on my face. And we're trying to get track IR working, but it seems to be behaving completely opposite to what we expect. And also, my center track button isn't. Do you have to apply the profile when you select it?
what is it? No, you don't have to. You load the profile. Once you've selected a profile from the list, it should be fine.
No, it's reverted me.
What, to the old profile?
Right. Now, let's put it back. I have no idea what on earth went on there. It either changed my profile or my profile selection did not persist. But now it is very much a deadened input within the game. Center track. That's not working.
Just press your button to center it to get an idea what the profile's doing. Because generally speaking, you don't have to center it very often in game. I'm coming in with no gear.
Okay. No, see that's too soft for me.
Yeah, but you can tweak that. That wasn't too bad. That's a landing I can walk away from with no gear. The aircraft even obligingly leant over to one side so I could just step out onto the ground.
I think ultimately what it is for me is I like the fact that it's going to be a one-to-one movement. I'm looking for as close as to one-to-one, but without...
Yeah, you can't actually have one-to-one though, can you?
No, but you can... What I don't want to be doing is looking out the corner of my eye, because I find that quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, but it depends on what. Can you show me your profile on TrackIR now? Can you pull up your profile and show me the two things, the yaw and the zoom? They should be the same as mine, and if they're not, then that profile isn't loaded.
No, I have. No, they were, but it was far too soft a movement, so I've boosted.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't like having to look out the corner of my eye in order to see back at the screen, so I want to deaden.
Yeah.
So basically, I want it slightly more sensitive at the center point than you have it.
Yeah, but you can still put a curve, because you haven't got a curve, have you, really? And you've got two dots either side of your centre that are not affected. Do you want it that way?
The snap to center is kind of nice because it means I've got a small amount of
yeah,
movement.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's sort of.
Yeah, I have the outside edge higher than the inside edge, but that looks pretty high to me. I'd struggle with that. I think that'd drive me just a bit crazy. I think, and I'm not really having to curl my eyes around much. I'm really not.
I was looking out the corner of my eyes to do that. Is it on your original curves?
But the other thing is,
what I want is a gentle center point, which is what I've got, which is more of what I've got. So the movement around the center is not so bad, and then it sort of ramps up as I go around. But I'm not having to look out the corner of my eyes. So I think
there's also bearing in mind speed and smooth. Have you touched them at all?
Yeah.
Above all the graphs, to the right of the orange button Track Clip and Track Clip Pro, to the right of them you've got speed and smooth. Have you adjusted them at all?
No, they're 1.3 and 10 respectively.
Yeah, but have you adjusted them to that?
No, that's default.
Okay, well mine are both pretty much in the middle. 2.6 above and 26 below.
Okay.
I don't know how that's going to help you.
Yeah, I can see it's basically amplifying one of the curve lines. Not sure what the smooth is doing, but
That's probably why my curve lines are lower, because that speed thing, if it's pushing up the curve line, then I have my speed at round about 50% or 2.6 as it is on the gauge,
yeah.
and then I bring the lines on the graph down to put right the fact that it's boosted it too much.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fiddling. It's not going to come straight away, believe me.
All right. Well, we'll put that back on the mains on the secondary. Start doing a little bit of flying, I suppose.
I just heard an aircraft come in. I was looking at your screen, and I turned my head to see what aircraft had spawned in, and it didn't move because I'm looking at your screen.
Right, so let's get the browser window there. Right, okay.
I feel sure that you'll prefer it once you get the feel of it and once it gets adjusted better. But as we said, it's not a magic bullet.
Yeah.
Few things in the world are absolutely perfect, and TrackIR is one of the things that proves that.
Oh, and just as I start, then the Windows desktop decides to reset itself as well.
Oh.
Right, so many thanks for people sticking with the stream, coming in from Skane's Raid. We do appreciate that. We are in a custom at the moment. Oops, I've just stalled out. That was a bit stupid because I forgot to raise my gear. Well, let's just get the crash out of the way. Let's get the stupid one out of the way so I don't do it later on.
I was watching it from your angle then.
At least my
We got a player on the other side, by the way.
Is it Jago's by any chance?
No.
Jago's, no, I probably still will not see it coming.
See, I'd stand no chance with the thumb button trying to look around. Absolutely no chance at all. With TrackIR off, I have some chance, but I still have the frustration of not being able to look every time where I want to look, because it won't let me.
No.
That's why I lose them.
That, yeah, I think with that one, it's just a case of once you get to the 90 degrees, you start having to turn your head and curve round.
Twist your head, yeah. You'll probably be better at that than me. I kind of forget to twist my head and I just look directly, or try to.
I can kind of see why. I mean, if actually even on a thumb button. Oh, for crying out loud! I should just go live. As soon as I get in the air, the mission ends.
Yeah.
Should we go straight into a PC? Or is it getting a bit late? Did you want to switch to DCS now, or? Oh, I know. Right.
Just been talking to myself all that time. Didn't push my button. Yeah, so I would recommend we stick with this for a minute for one bit of EC just to see how it goes. Once you're comfortable with that, we don't have to stay in a battle just because we're in it. We can jump it. That's not a problem, is it? And then once you feel got a feel of the way it's working, at least, even if not getting it right, if you got a feel of the way it's working, then perhaps try DCS, and that might well need a new profile.
Yeah.
But once again, you can have my DCS profile for that. See if that helps you. See if it cuts out some of the time and the work. That's all I'm after doing, because it's so frustrating trying to get it right. It can take ages. So if I can give you my profiles that reduce that time, then that's good. I'll just quit. Why did I just quit?
Because we're talking about DCS.
Yeah. I'm hoping I'm going to find it. Otherwise, you've got to come out and drag me in. Oh no, it's there. It's there.
No, it should. No, well, we were going into an EC anyway, weren't we?
That's true. I wanted to quit, didn't I? Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant you quit the game.
Nah. Right. Okay. So I'm readied up for when you want to take us into whatever you take us into.
Right. Yeah, Jacos. All right, we'll do maybe 45 minutes in an AC.
Yeah.
Like that. And then we'll switch over. Yes.
It's a Sicily, if that's any good.
What is it? Oh, hang on.
EC2 Sicily.
EC2 Sicily 5 and 6. Yeah, that works, mate. Why am I not ready? Oh, you've got lead.
I'm lead. Why is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Here we go.
Oh, because I restarted the game, didn't I?
Oh, of course you did. So
no, hang on. What's going on here? I cannot quite join the game session for this team because there are players from your squad in the opposite team. What?
I'm going to return to hangar. It's obviously gone pear-shaped.
Did you didn't join as German or something, did you?
No. Come on. How often do I even see my German hangars?
Yeah.
Right. So, we are squadded.
Oh, okay, hang on. So if I select the same one, I am ready, I'm squadded. And, okay, try that.
There we go.
Okay, that took me. Oh,
Right.
It's a dusk one.
Oh, brilliant. Charlie 5.
We got to push the right. Yeah, Charlie 5, yeah.
Right, taking a 2B trop with rockets.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. I'm in the Hurricane. What's it? So that's
Yeah.
good.
Well, yeah, mine's a Hurricane 2B, but with rockets.
No, I'm in a Mark 1 late.
Oh, right.
Alright, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, I'm going to throttle up now.
Yeah. Hey, Sinister Snack, how you doing? Thank you for dropping in, we appreciate it. Have you been streaming? Was Wing streaming? Did I miss it?
Not that I'm bothered, but did you know you're talking on both channels? If you did, that's fine.
Yeah, I realised it, but only because I'm still on open mic.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, it was only after as soon as I started rolling that I saw.
There's an A point. It's an 8-point, and it's got a push, but it's further.
Yeah. Well,
Which one do you want to do?
I'll follow you.
Okay, well I'm going to stick with my original idea and just go for the nearest one and just go for some ground units. At the moment, I don't think you want to be too busy spinning your head round.
Yeah.
Because I think there is a degree of consciously being very conscious of moving your head, whereas it'll become more natural as you get more used to it.
That's right. I was just switching Discord and OBS back to push to talk. So yeah, I agree. Yeah, and that's where I get the stiffness in my neck, because I do have that constant keep your head still going on in the back of my mind.
Yeah, but you've got it set so you can move your head without it affecting your view too much. That's where I have that flat bit at the centre, so that you can move your head and it doesn't move you about. So you can relax your neck when you do it that way.
Of course, I'm still going to my buttons.
Well, yeah, that's second nature.
The only thing I'm finding awkward at the moment is the up and down movement, getting that to work well, because I don't think it's picking up. If I sit up, it's not lifting my head. But if I used my thumbstick that I used to use for looking around, like the sliding left and right and up and down, then I was getting up and down movement. I don't quite know why that's different.
Sensitivity, once again, I think.
Well, it's registering down. It's registering nothing up. Almost like my head is against the top of the canopy.
Yeah, that depends on where you sit when you centre it. If you're already sitting up, then yeah. So you need to be sort of sitting in the right place, as it were.
I'm centred. It just won't. It just doesn't respond to up. Because I'm not high. My eyes are about where they should be within the cockpit.
No, it should respond, shouldn't it? So it's got to be a setting. It's got to be a graph. Going for a pillbox. Over the top. I'm out of rockets. I knew that was going to happen. I just didn't do anything to stop it. Right, what's it feeling like?
Sorry I missed that. I was being stupid on stream. I've lost. Ironically, I've got track IR, which is supposedly increasing my situational awareness, and I've lost you quicker than I normally do.
Jumping in my hurricane again with some rockets.
Okay.
I realised all my lights have gone off. The lights on my
What do you mean?
my lights on my throttle. All my green lights have gone off. Something's odd. Doesn't matter, it's still working, but I don't know why the lights have gone off.
Okay, scrub 1 kill for track IR to a player. No, this game I was being shot at.
Are you at the same push?
Not now. No, I'm behind you.
Oh right, okay. Oh yeah, because you just went down to, yeah, okay. And I've only got to look at my other monitor. I shouldn't ask these questions. It's all there in front of me. Oh, to one side of me. I have one dot over that area, or it could be that he's over our units.
Another issue that with track IR is that when I have to spin my head round to see if one of the ground crew is standing behind me, it's going to be making people watching the stream throw up.
Oh yeah. I'm constantly looking at my left wing as far as my viewers are concerned, because if I look at the other screen, then I'm looking at my left wing, and likewise you lose the freedom of head movement. You can move your head without using your POV switch, but you can't move your head without moving track IR. Well, you can actually. You can pause.
Thanks for saying about pause it, yeah.
But you can pause it, but what you want is a thing that pauses it while you hold the button and then releases it when you let the button go. I don't think you can do that. Whether you can toggle it, I don't know. So you use that button to do it and then use that button to take it off pause, I don't know. I think I've got a 87 in front of me. And it just disappeared.
Yeah, well. I think there's also a certain amount of catch-up going on as well, because I turned my head and I'm sure there's a slight lag between me turning my head and the input.
Yeah, there might be, and you might notice
and
it
the
more
lag as well when I stop moving my head.
You might notice that more on DCS, so that's why we need to try that later.
Yeah.
I'm useless with rockets, or they've really made the kill box small. Got one.
Okay, I'll take that as half a kill.
Why?
With V, I'll take it as half a kill with Track IR because I did get the kill, but it was a bot.
That's alright.
And I'm not sure. I'm not necessarily just. If I wasn't using Track IR, I'd still consider it like a half kill because it's a bot. If I was able to locate that aircraft and get on it and kill it using Track IR for situational awareness, then I'd consider that a full kill.
Give it time. I'm on your 6.
Roger that, sorry.
That's all right. I was noticing you was giving directions about where the exits are. Exits are here, here, and here. That's what it looked like looking at your little 1-inch picture on your stream without the sound. Are you going in for a landing?
No, I'm flying the wrong direction. I thought they were. I thought I was following enemy dots. So I'm actually managing to get myself more disorientated now with Track IR than I did before.
Well, give it time.
I think it's because I've got more things to bear in mind. I'm not focusing on certain things as much as I normally do.
But one time, all you had to do was keep looking forward. In fact, that keeps your head stiffer than track IR would, because you had to keep looking forward, then your thumb moved your view. Now you have to move your head, you're constantly moving your head, so yeah, that in itself can be a bit disorientating because you're constantly moving your head.
Yeah,
More
I'm
difficult to
gonna.
keep the track on it.
We got 4 marks, 12 o'clock.
I see.
One high, one diving.
One diving.
Okay, so this could be a test. I lost where the diving one went. Oh no, I haven't. He's low. He's going. Yeah, he's going left to right. He's going. I reckon he's going to go in for our units.
I've lost him again now. 109 just went down. That's good. I've lost almost all of them.
Right, on my 12.
Roger, I'm behind you, sort of. I'm off to your 4 or 5.
I think it's 202.
Can't tell at the moment. Yeah, I think so. He's flying as if it's a player, not a bot.
Yeah. Got him a couple of hits on his tail. Oh my god, I'm just firing with my eyes closed. Oh, we lost it.
Well done, that's the guy that shot you down, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Well, there you are then.
That felt a bit better.
A point.
Roger that, flying south.
We'd still both had all our rockets. We probably could have taken that base out between us.
You know, you've watched Wing. Awesome. Well, oh, sorry, wrong button. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place at the moment. I'm sort of just responding to someone in chat, and also losing concentration.
Yeah, you're a more difficult target that way.
I was going to head over to the push.
Yep, I'm on my way.
Okay, I think you're in front of me. I can see a second dot. I don't know who's who yet. The other one appears closer to... Oh no, Falcon Eddie is behind you. Spitfire.
Okay. Seeing 2 dots at my 1 o'clock. They are in combat.
Just seen. Yeah, just seen them.
I think it's our guys shooting at them. I can't tell.
I've not actually seen gunfire yet.
Yeah, I've seen gunfire, but I still can't be sure who's who. No, I think actually, yeah, the guy that was being shot at, I think is theirs. It looks like he's firing at our units. Our guy is going in for him again.
Okay, I can see those two, you, Eddie, Falcon Eddie, and I can see another dot distant. I am approaching. Oh, dual engine. What is that? The
Yeah,
MC72? No, SM72.
down anyway.
Okay. 79.
What's the
wasn't it? What was
firing?
that?
I've got another aircraft which might be enemy. In fact, it was. Falcon just got him.
Okay.
I haven't actually had any kills yet tonight.
Yeah, I think to a certain extent you've been holding back, haven't you? For whilst I've been sort of getting to grips with what I'm doing.
I think that's what's termed being very kind. I think I've got another enemy aircraft now.
Okay, I'm on your 6-7.
What's that? Oh, no, it might be one of ours. Might be one of them. Has this got Russians in it?
Pass.
Can't flip. It's ours. It's not Russian. It's an MB-17-4A, of course.
Oh, it's French. It's French.
One low dot in front of me. Gains on the other side.
What?
Oh, he's not listed.
No. Skane was saying that there's a player on the other team that's name is live_streaming.
Oh, right.
So yeah, that's sort of, if anything screams come on stream snipe me, that does. We're heading back to our base, so that's probably going to be ours.
Yeah. Don't actually need to return, so I've got a reasonable amount of ammo, no real damage, and half a tank of fuel. Is your voice attack working okay again yet?
Yeah, it seems to be okay so far. It was certainly working very well last night.
Yeah. I think they've done something in War Thunder to make it work better.
Yeah.
Rather, they corrected the thing that messed it up.
Yeah, because I don't think it was War Thunder. It wasn't that War Thunder wasn't responding. It just wasn't actually picking up. Voice attack wasn't picking up the commands, was it?
No, but it's as if something in War Thunder was blotting it out or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Were you going in? Did you say sorry?
Yeah, I might as well.
That's not bad formation, apart from me being off.
I was happy with the fact that I didn't bounce.
Neither did I. Blimey.
Good. So the question now is, do you want to carry on here, or do you want to go and try DCS to see how that Trek IR works for you there?
I'll be quite interested in doing DCS, especially as Jagos is also champing at the bit to get into DCS as well to join us.
Okay, alright, well shall we do that then?
Yeah, can do.
Okay, I'm just going to explain to my stream as well. I'll try to push the right button. Right, so just for the sake of my stream, it looks like I've got a couple of people viewing. We are going to leave War Thunder, go to DCS because Lexor has Track IR now, and we want to see how it behaves in that. Shouldn't take us long to get in there and get started. There's also Jagos, is another person who will be joining us, I believe, on Laxor's server in DCS. They will probably be flying jets. I will, well, pretty certainly be flying a Spit. So don't panic, Mr. Mannering. I'm going to close close War Thunder and go to DCS. Whilst I'm swapping over from War Thunder to DCS, I will lose comms briefly for a minute or so. Okay, so just the same one person watching by the looks of it. I knew it'd be too long for two people to stay. So initially I'm just going to jump into my fixed mission. It's not a multiplayer until Lexor advises me that he's got his server running. Right, now that I've switched over to DCS, voice attack has stopped. I don't know whether to restart it or just see if it gets better.
I don't use voice attack in DCS anyway.
I only use it for comms, really.
I should do. So this is a new map. This is one that Jago's found.
Ah,
He's put in Spitfire, so you should be good for it.
good.
And I'm led to believe that the Spitfires are the missions are a reasonable distance in the same way as the other map.
Okay. Because I was in the in your fixed one. So what am I looking for?
Okay.
What's it called? Or is it your one?
No,
It's under you. Of course, it's under your server.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see. I'm there. I'm going in. Getting quite some stuttering visually and audibly while it's loading in. Oh, this must be doing a lot of loading in.
In theory, it should be the server that does the loading in.
Well, whatever it is, I've got a red light, activity light constantly. What's this? Is a jet going off to the Bahamas here? That's not a military aircraft.
Okay. Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Right, I think things have levelled off a bit, so I can go through the motions of getting started there, I think. What's the green smoke?
No idea. There could be actually. Track.io is feeling okay so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't seem to have any Z-axis when I'm looking around the cockpit. So to my left and right, I don't seem to get much zoom. But I can work with that for the most.
Well, as I said, it's going
Yeah,
to
if I
take a
keep
lot
my.
of tweaking and getting used to and fine adjusting
Yeah,
to get
but
what you
I
want.
think the biggest issue I'm going to have probably is because I've only got the dead zone in front center. When I'm looking to the left and right panels, which of course you don't necessarily have much of an issue with because it's the Spitfire, there isn't that sort of dead zone to the left and the right. So trying to turn buttons and dials that are on the left and right panels is less easy,
Yeah, yeah,
but not insurmountable.
yeah. By the way, Track.io is now working. Not Track.io. That's the subject at the moment, isn't it? Voice Attack is now working again. So I've given it time
That's good.
to settle down, and it's working again. Are we in Gaduta?
Yeah,
I should just look at the map, really, shouldn't I? Okay.
I'm not sure where you are in relation to me yet. In fact, I don't even know where that is. Oh, okay.
Data, Dodge 2-1, request startup.
Now I believe there are some units over to the northwest, east. Sorry, that looks relatively close. That's certainly within reach of a Spitfire. It looks like we've got some units directly to the north, about 3 times as distance, and we have some air targets to the far south, and a couple of sea targets to the south. So I reckon for yourself, we've got some over to the further east as well. So I reckon you should be able to go for the ones that just to the really quite close to the northeast.
Dodge 1, passing waypoint 3 at 9,000. Good order. Dodge 2-1. Request startup. Dodge 1, passing waypoint 4 at 9,000. Dodge 1, passing waypoint 5 at 6,000. Good order. Dodge 2-1. Request startup.
That's interesting. I don't have flaps.
You don't have flaps.
Have I lost mappings? Yeah, I'm not sure if I've lost some mappings.
Oh,
Okay, now it's working. Okay, alright. Right.
Dodge 1, engaging bandit at Bulls 279 for 35 at 4,500.
what radio button do we want for this? Because I've got my usual radio button and it's not responding. The ATC is not responding.
Dodge 1, Cali bandit at Bulls 270 for 35 at 6,000. Dodge 1, Splash bandit Dodge 1, engaging bandit at Bulls 277 for 35 at 4,500. Dodge 1, on station at Bulls 277 for 35 at 4,500. Dodge 1, pushing from waypoint 6 at 4,500.
I think I've got to close the I'm watching your stream on Twitch, and I think that's probably taking some resource.
Yeah, probably will be.
Dodge 1, splash bandit at Bulls 283 for 35 at 3,500.
Those nearby ones have got SAMs. I just watched my own tail get shot off.
Oh, okay.
I was looking back. I'm going to jump. Hold on. I'm probably too low to jump. Yep. Yeah, I was just looking back to see where I was next going to attack. And as I've looked, I saw this streak coming up at me and it took my tail off.
Oh, okay. If I knew what the SAMs looked like, I might be able to get in there and do something about it.
Hold on. Yeah, of course, on the map it never resolves it beyond a symbol, does it? The symbol is like, it's a bit like a rocket. Hey up.
Hey, JC.
Hi guys.
Yeah, the symbol on the map is like a rocket taking off from planet Earth. So you've got a little curve at the bottom of the symbol and a rocket sticking up from it. Positionally,
okay, I see it.
It's the unit that is most or closest to northwest, moving out from the centre of that group. It's the one that's closest to northwest and furthest out on the perimeter. That's the SAM. Is there another one?
You said, hang on. You said there were
Southwest.
It was a curvature. Yeah, okay, yes, yeah, that one. Yeah, so the second one is just to the east of centre.
Yes, if there's two of them, yeah, that's one.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to wait until you guys have dealt with those, if you want to deal with those.
Yeah, I'll take them out. The whole idea of this is really so that everyone on the map is equally able to take part.
Yeah.
I could always take out those at some instance of the map.
It's not so bad being shot at. It's bad enough, but when you get a SAM come up at you.
Yeah.
I might increase the sensitivity as well on the curves for roll, certainly, because it is a bit of a lazy roll I've got here.
Right.
Might check that now, actually. It's mapped my pedals to roll as well as my throttle and my joystick. I think I might change that.
I just realised I'm going taxiing completely the wrong direction.
With all that said that I just said, it makes me wonder how the hell I took off.
How am I still going the wrong way?
Say again.
What? No, I did a 3-point turn and then... Oh no, I got confused because I went outside. Got confused, went outside the cockpit and it sort of inverted my directions and I forgot to cater that.
Okay, well I've adjusted controls a bit. I'm going to get another spit and have another little flight out that way. Be obliged if you could sort out those SAMs for me. How you doing, Fisher?
I'm working on getting to the end of the runway, but I went down the wrong taxiway and then decided I'd be smart and do a 3-point turn in the Harrier. And then turned halfway and then got confused and then basically went the same way went wrong in the same direction as before.
Oh, right.
That's better.
So that's you on the taxiway now coming back towards the parking area.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really do a voice stack response to that. You can like to just send out the War Thunder radio messages.
So that's Laxor there. Laxor was doing the talking, as you'll have seen in the top left-hand corner of the screen. Right, I'm going to start up.
That woke me up.
What was it?
It's JC sneezing, I think.
Oh, right. Wasn't sure if it's something to do
Sorry
with the
guys, I
game.
thought I'd mute myself then.
I thought it was someone trying to scare me on the soundboard on the stream for a second.
So just to show you, we got Laxor, JC, Jagos, and me.
Okay, now having mentioned to you exactly where the units were, I'm now flying in the wrong direction.
The long route.
Okay, I guess this is the red smoke over there.
Yep.
I think I have lost a button mapping somewhere because I can't get my fillet to come on.
I'll take it those SAMs are still operable.
Yes, I've got a possible minor mapping issue. I think I've lost one mapping, which is stopping me from locking up my targets with the infrared. I've got to remember what that button is now. It's one of those things where you map it, but I don't necessarily remember what it is.
I'll be a bit worried about going in unless I just really go in and wibble about afterwards. They stand less chance of getting me. I'm just going to go for the SAM unit, actually. I don't know if I can kill it with this.
Aha, right, hang on. No, I've got it. I've got it.
Okay, I'm moving out then.
Oh, well, no, I've managed to get my weapons onto the right mode. Whether or not I have actually hit the target that's required to be hit is a completely different matter. Because these things are difficult to target from a distance out. Now it's the southwesterly most, isn't it?
Yeah, the outer southwest unit. I think it's quite next to the two burning units that I hit earlier on. I can't see where you are. Are you attacking imminently?
I've worked out, not that I can remember what the call sign is.
What?
Food.
Oh, I'm really getting a frame drop. Really bad frame drop.
You took
You
that
got a
out. Good.
freeze.
Good shot. Good shot.
Awesome. Right, one SAM down. And Fat just gave out five gift subs on the channel. That's a massive thank you to Fat, and he correctly informs me that rifle is the designation, which I missed. I think that might, JC, you might have said that as well, but your mic clipped very, very slightly.
Oh, there's loads of red flares down there now.
Rifle, hopefully towards the right target. That was a nice sound when that blew up.
I didn't hear it.
There's a bit of like a phasing sound to it.
Ah,
Checking the map. Sam's down.
I think I'm going to struggle to get those last units. I think I'm going to have to leave them to you because my 20 aren't going to do it.
Really? Is that just because the rate of fire coming up from them?
I think it's because they're tanks
Oh,
or something like that. They've got armour that my bullets don't seem to be doing much to. Give it one more run, I'll probably get shot down. They've already taken fair bits out of my left wing. I'll give it one more go at one of them. The non-smoking one.
alright, I'll turn off and I'll come in for another pass if you...
Yeah, they are tanks. I've just seen its turret and its gun. So I'm RTB.
I've only got one Maverick left. Where'd the other one go? That's going to miss as well. I'm not sure if I hit that or not.
Should a Maverick destroy a tank?
Yeah, definitely. No, it looks like I did get a hit, but I thought I had one left. I have got one left. Why didn't it launch?
I'm coming in. Finals, that is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm coming in as well. That track AR is feeling very slightly stuttery. No, I don't know if that's just because of the processing requirement of DCS combined with track AR combined with streaming all on the same machine.
Yeah, quite possibly. I would say there's between an eighth and a quarter of a second delay between moving your head and it actually moving the view.
Right.
So there is a delay which you kind of get used to. Will get mended.
First landing with track AR coming up, which shouldn't be much different from any other landing, which probably means I'll just about do it.
Let me get off the runway.
I should have more than enough space.
Nevertheless, I've moved right over to one side. Are you coming in from the south?
No, I am. Abort. My stick was on the wrong mode. I pressed the right button, but it was not the right mapping. So I had not lowered my gear. That's close.
So you're coming in from the north then?
No, negative. I was coming in from whatever direction I was coming in from, but the my stick was on the wrong setting mode, so I was pressing my gear down button, but in that mode, that's not what that button does.
Right.
So I aborted. I'm going round.
Okay. I came in from the seaward side because that's the direction we took off. So
Right.
that's the direction I was landing. Unusual. I thought the runway was supposed to normally at least be roughly towards the prevailing wind, so you're flying and like taking off and landing into wind. But that's like it's southeast to northwest direction type runway, which
Well,
is like
I'm not
always going to have a crosswind, I would have thought.
well, I suppose you can't always have a runway pointing into the wind, can you?
You can always have the runway pointing into what is expected to be the direction of the prevailing wind, and the prevailing wind, certainly here, like UK, is from the southwest, and I would have thought in the Caucasus it would be similar, because it's northern hemisphere, it's going to be similar. Yeah, the wind can change direction, but it would be natural to for airfields to be directioned so that they take off normally in the wind. Is that your sonic boom I just got?
No, that wasn't me. It's Harrier is not supersonic. That'll probably be
Oh,
Jagos. No,
I thought something exploded next to me, but it's just a sonic
that'll be
boom.
Jagos.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a heavy landing. When I say a very heavy landing.
I'm thinking I might have to revert back to my old cap, because it's only since I've been using this cap with the flatter peak that I sort of get quite jittery issues, and it jumps around a bit in various places.
The flatter cap is going to mean that the track IR clip is flat, isn't it? Whereas
Yeah.
a curved cap, you get more separation. You're going to get more,
Yeah, maybe.
more points of reference, or more variation over your point of reference.
Yeah, it might be to do with that. It's much more inclined to flip out, as it has done in the past. It flips out, but it seems more inclined to just recently. Enemy fighters in the area. Oh.
Okay.
They're probably jet fighters, aren't they? So I probably wouldn't stand too much chance with them.
Let's have a look. I'm not seeing any red units.
Well,
Well, there's red aircraft up like massively to the northeast, but they're way out of our range.
okay. Well, I'm going to repair, and I'm going to take advantage of that repair time to take comfort break. I think.
Roger, I think I'm going to do the same actually.
Request repair. Copy. Request refueling. Request
Copy.
rearming.
Copy. Refueling complete. Rearming complete.
Okay, look. This map is good. I mean, I know it's got air targets in, which means I'm safe from Jagoose. But not being able to respawn stuff close by is a little bit awkward. Because now we need to go out to there for a Spitfire to be safe. What have we got here? We've got Sam. 2 Sams, whatever that one is. The hell's that? Shulker. Still trying to use my pad switches and buttons to look around, and the center I've used and everything is very disorientating.
Don't know who that is all meant for, but I only got the word disorientating because someone was taking off in a very noisy jet.
I was sort of still find it quite disorientating to not look around. What on earth was that landing? Oh,
It's just
AC-18.
it's the A10. And I was just going to say I won't be able to hear you again in a minute, but of course he's landing, so it's not as noisy as taking off.
And he's generally quieter than the A10 anyway, even if he
Yeah.
was taking off. I just didn't recognise the shape and the colours for a second. I thought it was like a... Oh, really? Why am I being locked up?
I think I might assess some of my issues with the Trek IR, and that is I had the
Oh, yeah.
well, I had the infrared power turned right down, and the idea was to prevent it from picking up my glasses. But
Right, okay.
it's working better, even though I'm seeing the occasional little red dots along with the green dots. I've now got the infrared, the actual brightness of the infrareds turned right up,
Right.
and I've got the light filter threshold also turned right up, so that filters out any accidental red to some degree, and the brightness makes it much more visible. It seems to be working better now.
Good.
And having said all that, I'm not going to worry about trying it, because I just know it's 10 to 2 again. I'm trying to not go on so long, because I keep getting in bed. The other night it was gone 4 o'clock before I got in, after I'd been flying. It was gone 4 o'clock by the time I actually climbed into bed, and I was sort of probably up again at about 9, I think. So keep doing that, it builds up. So I'm going to drop there and leave you guys flying around in your big noisy boomy jets, and catch you. What's today? Saturday? Is it still Saturday? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Just about.
Yeah. Well, it's actually Sunday, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's Saturday night flight. Okay, and hopefully catch you during the week. And I hope the Track IR continues to give rewards, so that you get used to it and you can adjust it how you want it.
Yeah, hopefully there's a few titles I can try it in to see how it behaves for me. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me it works okay in all of them, but I've got different profiles for them all as well. So that's how much tweaking can go on. You know, the fact that I've got a profile for each of the sims. That's how much you might want to tweak it according to the game. Right, take care.
Also, even to the aircraft as well, I suppose, because if you're in an aircraft that's got 0 rear visibility, then there's not much in a Track AR profile that lets you look that far around.
And as you said, if you've got things that you've got to deal with to left and right, you need that ability to concentrate and hold that position. And it's most uncomfortable, of course, when you, as you've probably already found, when you're trying to click on a switch and your head just moves a little bit and your mouse is off the switch.
Yeah, I've had that quite a few times already.
Yeah. Okay. See ya. Have a good flight. Right, I'm gone. Take care all. Bye bye. Okay, so for the one single viewer that might or might not be there, there always seems to be one that goes immediately when I close the game down. So yeah, if there is someone there, good night. Thanks for joining me.